I think when you start a new company, it's just a sense of energy. It's you come into the business, you've worked hard, and you take a step back and you say, wow, look at how everything has come about, and look how much has been accomplished just in getting to that point. And I think when we first started, it was just a sense of energy, of very positive energy, a willingness to go far and beyond what, sometimes our own capabilities were to facilitate it energy-wise. But those are the things that, is really one of the biggest highlights. The other part is we happened to make the largest sale in Staten Island history. I think that was a huge accomplishment, and it was realestateSINY.com's ability to attract a buyer from another country in the international market to purchase here in Staten Island. And I think that it really highlighted the impact of what our marketing is and how effective it was becoming. That here we are, a local company, being able to attract somebody thousands and thousands of miles away based on what we built. And I think it was a huge highlight, not just from the fact that it was a historic sale, it was in how we were reaching the public in ways that, is just simply, it's amazing to me how that happened. And it really highlighted all the efforts and hard work that we kind of put into this. I think, that's a common misconception about what .com or means to a lot of people. It's not just a web page. It's an address, like a street address, or it is very tangible, and you can touch it. And just like building a story on another building, these things do happen online. And I think what people probably oversimplify is the fact of how difficult that actually is, and the level of work and input. And when you look at it, it was the pinnacle of everything what we tried to accomplish. And I think in any successful business, you look for that one defining moment. You look for that moment that's going to say, we are setting out on that mission and accomplishing it. And this was the first real step in that direction. And, it's just quite an amazing feeling. And I think the people here, gravitated to the energy of that experience. And it's definitely a highlight. But like everything else, there's obviously, in any new startup, there's disappointments. I think one of the disappointments in any startup company is the perceptions that the company would have. We are as much a traditional real estate office as anyone, as any place with a different name. Obviously, we chose a .com name, and that somehow might change people's perception of what our company is, or it's just this company that kind of exists out in what we call the cloud or the sky. It's not really physically there. And in the nature of which we engage consumers, and how we really attract buyers, it really became, I think, a concern to the industry about not so much what we're doing specifically, but where the industry was heading. And like all things in change, when you look at change in an industry, you could look at history as a very good guide. In the 70s, during the oil crisis, there was the automobile industry. The American auto industry would develop very gas-guzzling automobiles. The Japanese were much more efficient in their product, developing the four-cylinder engine. But there was a lot of resistance to, having these cars imported from Japan to begin. But, every single industry has its transformation points. And with those transformation points, sometimes comes a lot of resistance, a lot of misinformation. And, we've had our share of experiences in that arena. And we set out on a mission to be relevant to what consumers need. And that's it. I mean, that's the bottom line to anything, any great business will look at. You can't protect an industry unless it's protecting the consumer first. It doesn't matter what you do. If that's not the first and foremost concern of the industry, then there is no industry. Industry is based on the consumer. We're only responding to what the consumer was demanding for a very long period of time. Part of realestateSINY.com is obviously being a member of the multiple listing service, which allows realestateSINY.com to propagate listings from other company into our website. As part of what the information sharing agreements that an MLS should and would be, is it's there to benefit the seller of a home. Why we're sharing that information is the core concern of the consumer. We're not trying to attempt to take business away from somebody else. If we're delivering what the consumer wants, and they're finding us the most useful in that search, well, I think that's what we should be doing. We're entering into an information sharing agreement with every other company in the business, and they have the ability to do the same exact thing as we are. If we provide it more efficiently, it's not the fault of this company. It's just our ability to innovate and stay relevant to where consumers are. And you hear things on the negative side of things about how you conduct your business, and sometimes it's you put so much heart and soul into things, and you really want to be respected for what you're really trying to accomplish, but you want to accomplish it not just for yourself and for having your own great business, is that we're providing success where success was becoming absent in an industry that was losing its traction to the big internet companies who were going to take the lead generation sources away from the agent and put them into their own realm, make you pay. That's not, to me, we needed to be part of what they were doing, and I think every other person had the same opportunity. Yes, we're the innovators in that forefront, and with that comes its challenges, and I think it's one of the toughest things that you face, because I know that at the end of the day, I go home and everyone leaves here with the idea of, are we better for the consumer than anyone else? That is the sole mission of this company. Anything other than that it's just misinformation, or just the type of witch hunt stuff that you find in things that people don't understand. But I will tell you profoundly, there isn't a sense about this company that isn't taken with the heart and soul of its ownership and the people that are part of it in delivering what the consumer wants. And that's done with not just keeping up with just the ethical standard. It's a step beyond the ethical standard. It's being as transparent to the consumer as possible about the information they deserve and need to make informed choices. That's not a blight against our company. That's the success, and I believe the success is built around its transparency. And it should be, in no way should that be seen as a negative from anyone. It's our goal and their goal is to accomplish one thing. And if that's what the heart of every single industry is that that consumer is getting the very best attention in the most transparent fashion and in a way that's going to help them make a better decision. And that's what this company was founded on, nothing else. And everything that's come along with that has come along with the same dedication to building an exceptional company. And we will remain unwavering in that aspect from today, moving forward, way into the future. And it's going to be the heart and core of what this company needs to be. And we will stand committed to that no matter what anyone's take is. And the biggest thing, you know, going back to the disappointment, it's also the pride, is that sometimes when people fear something that they don't understand, it's just a sign that you're doing something better. And I think that's the key. I think we're doing better. We're doing better for the consumer. And there's nothing that will make this company change its way and how it conducts its business, because that's what we're here for, the consumer.